Writing a novel is hard, which I'm pretty sure you know, or else you'd be on your millionth best-selling novel by now. But it's not impossible. And in this video, I'm going to show you 3 tips to help you trick yourself into writing your novel faster. What's up? This is Brown Lady Publishing TV, and I'm Gabby. This is where you come to learn tips and tricks to help you in your writing and publishing journey. If these are the type of videos that you're interested in, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell icon so that you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. So as I said in my intro, I'm going to show you 3 tips to trick yourself into writing a novel. Now you're probably like, how is she going to do that? Honestly, it all boils down to planning. Now if you're a pantser, hold up, wait a minute, it's not that bad, I promise you, and it's going to just make the whole process easier, it's not going to make it as overwhelming, and it's just going to make it a lot smoother and a lot faster. So the very first thing you need to do is just know your characters. I know some people like to just jump in, they have this story idea and then they just run with it and they figure out who their characters are as they go. But planning out and really getting to know and dig into who your characters are from the beginning will save you a lot of time and revisions. Like, I've heard stories of people who get to the end of their books and they're like, oh, well, like the beginning sounds different than the end, and this didn't work or that didn't work, and I've got plot holes and all that. And I'm telling you, planning helps to get rid of all of this. And also it helps you to create real characters. You create a character who has flaws, because no one likes perfect characters, no matter what the story is. And having that plan and knowing who your character is helps you to really make this well-rounded character. One of the resources that I personally use when helping to really dig into my character is the Emotional Wound Thesaurus. That book is literally like a crash course 101 psychology class, and it is amazing for writers, and I highly suggest that you get it. The book dives deep into emotional wounds that people and obviously eventually your characters could have, and how that would shape them and who they are as the adult or whatever point in the story that they are. So for example, did they face discrimination? Did they have disfigurements? Did they grow up with an abusive family? Were they abandoned? And it looks really deep into, okay, so this is this wounding event, what kind of beliefs do they now have about themselves? What basic needs were compromised? How does this wound make them now see themselves, and how they interact with the world? Are they shy? Do they pull away from other people? And that will help you, again, when you're making well-rounded characters, because of course, you want your character to be consistent. You don't want the character to be, jumping off of buildings, adventurous at the beginning, and then towards the end, they're shy, they don't talk to people or anything like this. Having that roadmap of who your character is will help you to make decisions and give them action and dialogue that truly resonates with who that person, who that character is. The second tip that I have is to break your novel down. So when you're looking at a 50,000, 60,000, 100,000 word novel, that can be very, very overwhelming. And psychologically, we as humans, when we're facing really, really big challenges that we think we can't overcome, we start to procrastinate, and then we start, oh, I need to do the laundry, or oh man, I gotta do whatever else, anything but writing your novel. So breaking your novel down helps you psychologically to be able to beat procrastination and look at it as something that you can actually do. So what I mean by that is, let's just say, again, taking our example of 50,000 words, that's how many words I want in my novel, and I want 20 chapters in my novel. So divide 50,000 words by 20 chapters, that's about 2,500 words per chapter. And so when I'm looking at just that, it's a lot more manageable, and so when that procrastination starts knocking, it's not as tempting. When you're looking at 50,000 words, that's a very, very overwhelming task, and we don't want to rise to that occasion because we're like, oh my God, I can't do that. But when you look at 2,500 words, it's a lot simpler, and we can do that. So when you break your novel down into, again, chapters and then word count per chapter, that's all you have to look at, right? So you just have to say, I have to write 2,500 words, simple, easy peasy, and that can be done. And the third tip that I have for you is to just plan out your chapters. Now I know there's some pantsers out there that are literally like, no, I don't do that, that's just it. But I'm telling you, it will really, really help you out in the end. Now I have done some other videos on plotting and planning your novels, and you can watch those if you click on the card above. But for this example, I'm just going to show you one of the things that I've done for myself and kind of how I've morphed my planning strategy. So the very first thing that I do is I just create a giant summary. So this right here is one of the novels that I have planned out, and I just write pages upon pages upon pages of just what's gonna happen from beginning to end in this story. And then so once I have my synopsis, which is generally about 4, 5, 6 pages or so, then I take that and then I just plug it and play it into the different chapters. So I know I have 20 chapters, and so this is my synopsis, so I'm gonna chop it up into little pieces, and I'm gonna have 20 pieces when I finish. And then from there, I know that each of these chapters is 2,500 words, because remember in step 2 we broke it down, and it just makes it a lot more easy and a lot more manageable. So again, when I sit down, I'm not staring at a blank page looking like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I know that this is chapter 1, it's 2,500 words, and this is what's gonna happen, and I just gotta make it work. As you can see from these 3 steps, the main thing is pretty much making it so that you don't have excuses. Taking all of the obstacles out of the way. Taking out the ability and the desire to procrastinate, because it's not a huge, overwhelming task. It's small, easy, bite-sized, manageable pieces. So that's all I got for you in this video. I hope you learned a lot. In the comments below, take a minute to tell me what of these tips you think will help you the most, or if you have your own tips to help you to overcome procrastination or make the writing of a novel just seem a little bit easier, let me know. I'm always morphing my strategy, so I want to know, the people who watch this video probably want to know, so leave it in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you'll be notified every time I upload a video. So until the next time, happy writing.